Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kayla. I've missed a few days of Vlogmas, so I apologize. But today we are on Vlogmas day 12 and we are going to sublimate some puzzles. I got this pack of 10 off of Amazon. They come individually wrapped. They are 120 pieces, I believe. I'll leave a link down below for you guys to check out for yourself. I thought that would make great Christmas presents for my kids. My kids love puzzles. Sometimes puzzles can be a little bit pricey. So being the crafty lady that I am, figured I would just make them myself. So I have 4 different designs right here that we are going to sublimate. I have this Darth Vader one. I have this Star Wars one. I have a Super Mario, and then I have these dinosaurs. I'm going to do a screen recording and show you guys exactly how I made these in Canva, how I printed them. This is 8.5 by 14-inch sublimation paper. I did have to order new paper because I didn't realize that these were just a little bit bigger than 8.5 by 11. The width isn't, but the length, I wasn't paying attention when I did the dimensions for the puzzles. The listing says that these are 12.2 inches wide. They are not. They are just a little bit shorter than 11.5. So that's a little misleading, but it's still too big for an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. So I did have to buy a little bit bigger of a piece of paper, and you guys can see right here, I will still have, you know, some bleed through, which is perfectly fine. See if I can hold this up without breaking the puzzle. So we are going to have a little bit of breathing room to, you know, figure out our exact placement, which is great. So what you're going to need for this is your sublimation puzzles, your printout on sublimation paper. You're going to need heat tape, butcher paper, and your heat press. So I'm using just my regular heat press today. You could use a Cricut Easy Press if you need to. The listing says to sublimate at 170 degrees Celsius, which according to my conversion calculator thing was like 350. Everything that I've ever had to sublimate was either 375 or 400. So we're gonna start at 375 and go from there. I think 350 is not hot enough. We're gonna find out by trial and error, and then we're gonna press for 60 seconds. So I'm gonna bring you guys in closer and show you exactly how I'm gonna do this, but first let me show you how I did this in Canva. We are on canva.com and we're going to go to create a design. Now the dimensions for the puzzle, like if you look at the Amazon listing, it says 8.6 inches by 12.2. This puzzle is not those dimensions. It's like a little shorter than 8.5 and a little shorter than 11.5. I know those are very specific terms. I'll show you with the with my ruler what the actual dimensions are. So we are just going to go to custom size, change it to inches, and what we're going to do is I'm just going to do 8.5 because that's the width of my paper. I can't go any bigger than that. And then we're gonna do 11.75. Create design. Okay, so I already have the designs uploaded that I want. Don't mind all of this stuff. I was doing some mock-ups for a customer. So I'm just gonna scroll down to the images that I wanted, which are these right here. And I'm going to change this because I actually want it to be landscape. So I'm going to go up here to magic switch, and then we're going to resize, custom size. I should have done it opposite. I want my width to be 11.75 by 8.5. Okay, and then continue. And then we're just going to resize this design, and then it's going to switch it. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to my uploads, and then we are going to simply just drag and drop our design. Let's start with the Star Wars one. I have it just clicked, and then I'm just going to drag it over, and that in and of itself makes an awesome puzzle. So boom, done. Okay, we're going to go to add new page, and I'm going to do the same thing, drag and drop this Mario one. Now this one, if you wanted to like move it around a little bit, we're going to go to edit photo, then we're going to go to crop, and you can drag it whichever way you want. Like if there's, I mean, this is a seamless design, so it's kind of, you know, silly to do so, but you can, you know, if you wanted more Princess Peach or more Mario, or, you know, if you go here, you don't have this Mario running and jumping. So if you want him, you can make sure you have that, you know, so you can You can drag it however you want. I think I'm gonna go right, let's see, right there. That looks pretty good. And then add page, and we're gonna do the same thing with this dinosaur one. Now this one, we're gonna do the same thing, edit photo, crop. Now this one, you drag up and down because of the dimensions of the paper. So let's see, I definitely, okay, I think I like probably about right there, because you get, you know, this guy's head in there, you get most of this guy, a lot of this guy, a little bit of this guy, so I think I like that. And then we're going to do this Darth Vader one for my son. And then as you can see, we definitely need to crop this. So we're going to go to edit photo, crop. Now we're going to be cutting off some of Darth Vader's feet, but I think that's okay. So let's see what that looks like. I think that looks like, actually that cut off a little bit of his head. Let me fix that. Let me drag him down just a little bit more. There we go. I think that's going to make an awesome puzzle. I don't think I had any other images that I wanted to use. I think that was it. So let's make these 4 puzzles and go from there. So we're just going to hit share, download, and then all 4 pages, download, and then we will print them. Okay, so now we are going to open up our file, and all 4 images should be there. We're just going to print them one at a time. So I'm just going to double click on number 1 and wait for the window to pop up. Okay, and I am on an iMac, so I'm not sure if you're on a PC what exactly it's going to look like, but I'm just going to go to File, Print, and then I'm going to change it to my Epson 7710 because that's my sublimation printer. And then I am going to fill entire paper. You can go here and do scale 100% also, but that doesn't really change anything. And this one, it matters doing it like mirroring it. So we're going to go to media and quality and go to best, and then we're going to go to layout. We're going to flip horizontally. And if you watch right here where it says Star Wars, if we flip it, now it's backwards. That's because once we press it, it's going to be correct. So you have to kind of like mirror it like when you do HTV vinyl. So we're going to go ahead and print. For the other ones, like this one, basically all the other ones, it doesn't really matter which direction it goes. Well, actually, no, this one it does matter because of the question mark. The dinosaurs or Darth Vader, the direction doesn't really matter because there's no text. So it doesn't matter if this T-Rex is facing this way. So I hope that makes sense. So flip it horizontally if it has text or something that you know is going to be backwards if you don't, like this question mark. But something like this, it doesn't necessarily matter unless you have a preference on which way the dinosaurs go. So I'm going to print all these and then we're going to press. Okay, so here you can see our puzzle. It actually stays in place pretty well, and then it has a little cardboard piece underneath it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my cardboard paper and I'm going to flip the puzzle down like that. So I'm going to flip it down like that. And then you from here can basically just move it around whichever way you want. You know, if there's a certain dinosaur or part of whatever image that you printed, you know, that you want, then, you know, just go ahead and move it around and place it wherever you want. I definitely want this big T-Rex more so in the middle. So I'm probably just going to go, let's see. Probably just gonna do something like this. Get this guy's head in the corner right there. Straighten it out as much as possible. And then what I'm gonna do is take my heat tape and basically just tape this down little bit by little bit. Okay. Fold this tape over right there. Okay, so now I know you're probably thinking, well, how are you going to take it to the heat press? Well, I'm going to take this cardboard back over like this. Then I'm gonna flip it back over, and then when we get to the heat press, I'll pull the cardboard out. You might be able to leave it, but I'm not going to, just to be safe. We'll see how it goes. So there's one taped. So I'm just gonna leave it like this for now, just because it's easier to carry that way. So let's open another puzzle and get these all taped together. Okay, so now we're gonna take these over to the heat press. Okay, so I have laid down 2 sheets of butcher paper on the bottom of my heat press. There are certain sublimation papers that don't have any bleed through. Like I know InnoSub is a really good one that doesn't have any bleed through. I'm using A-Sub, which I have noticed does have a little bit of bleed through. Sometimes you only need 1 butcher sheet, sometimes you need 2. I'm doing 2 just for good measure, because if any of this like runoff gets on here, whatever you press next, that ink will transfer onto. I know from experience. So you can see we have like all of this overhang. Now you can cut that off if you need to, but you're still gonna have a little bit. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna turn it over, and then I'm slowly just gonna take that out of the bottom, and then I'm gonna turn it this way. And I have it set to 375 for 60 seconds. Now I'm also gonna put butcher paper on top so that nothing gets on the heat platen up here. I just have 1 big sheet that I folded over into 2. And now we're gonna press. Okay, so I just took it off of the heat press. So I have my heat glove, and I'm basically just gonna peel and see what it looks like. Oh my goodness. Okay, that turned out so good. Holy moly, my kids are gonna be so excited. Oh my gosh. It's like, you know, if you've done sublimation for a while, you know that even though it looks like faded, that it's gonna be super vibrant once you press it. But there's some times where you're just like, holy cow, that is so vibrant. Oh my gosh, my kids are gonna love this. So I'm just peeling the tape off. And it actually cooled down really fast, but look at that, you guys. Oh my goodness. That is so vibrant and pretty. Oh, my kids are gonna be so excited. All right, let's press the other ones. Okay, so here are each of the puzzles up close. These turned out so good. I'm really excited to give these to my kids. I'm not sure which one's my favorite. The Mario one might be my favorite. I don't know if it's picking up on camera, but there's a little bit of like a shine, like a glittery effect in the puzzle pieces. I forgot to tell you guys that earlier. You can see it when it's white, so it kind of looks like a glitter puzzle. I honestly can't tell if that's picking up on camera or not, but it looks really cool. So I'm sure if you look on Amazon, there's like puzzle boxes that you can buy. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna print the image, laminate it, and put these in like gallon-sized bags or something like that so that we don't lose the pieces. But I'm sure there are boxes that you can buy to store these that look nicer than just gallon-sized bags. But that's just what I'm gonna do today. So yeah, so that's how I'm gonna store them. Let me know which puzzle is your guys' favorite. I will leave these linked down below along with these images that I got off of Etsy. Thank you for joining me for Vlogmas today, and I will see you tomorrow.